We're back.
We're back.
Guys,
And
Lars.
just like that.
And just like that, Lars is back from Japan. She's back. We're in her bungalow. Just everything is right.
It's vibing.
The dogs are here.
Like I never left.
She's wearing a pullover fleece.
I'm wearing a
kind of
fleece.
Patagonia-esque.
Japanese streetwear brand Capital.
Ooh. I want that.
It was an exciting moment for me to really embrace my inner hype beast and go on the hunt for a fleece.
Leah mob. Total vibes.
Married to the mob
Married
vibes
to the mob
as fuck.
vibes.
Yeah.
You're changed. I felt it when I walked in.
My energy is serene.
You're healed by the snowy winterscapes of northern Japan.
My brain needed an explosion of experiences and different locations. And honestly, I've been craving snow for so long.
And you got it.
All I've wanted to do is be in like winter wonderland, snowy vibes. And who knew all it took was flying to Japan to get them?
Who knew all it took was flying literally around the world?
You know what's actually kind of crazy is if you wanted to stay in a place like the place that we were staying with like the snow and the little crane and the hot springs and the onsens and like a full blown like onsen rooftop private hot tub in your room. If you wanted to do that in America, it would probably be more expensive than just getting a plane ticket to Japan and staying at this place.
Yeah. I mean, and it's so like, it feels so organic there. Like it's not in America. I feel like that would be kind of a try hard setup.
Yeah. And
they're just like effortlessly into that. In Japan, it sounds like.
Very much so. Soaking and being clean and enjoying nature.
That's like a
top priority.
Societal thing. Not
Do you
here.
Understand also the way I miss Japanese toilets?
Is it
I'm
a bidet?
depressed. Yeah. Almost every single toilet seat
Schwartz
is a full-blown bidet that you can control with like a little push button thing. You can squirt your front, you can squirt your back. After every time you have the bathroom, you will literally be so clean everywhere you go. You never have to worry about like a mud brew.
Wait, so did you feel like extra fresh?
All the time.
That's what I want.
It's so much freshness, so much commitment to asshole freshness.
I need that.
America literally wants us to be walking around with just like smelly junk.
I mean, I have dude wipes.
Oh, I mean, I have a whole wipe setup too.
So I'm pretty like meticulous, but
like you can really only do so much sometimes.
You need the squirt.
You need it.
And that they have it implemented. I mean, why how do we consider ourselves a first world country for the fact that we don't have water shooting into our holes?
It's actually insane.
Right?
The way Americans said absolutely not to bidets of any kind, and it's considered like a niche thing if you have one.
They have them in Europe, right?
Yeah, but that's like separate. It's like a whole separate thing that you sit on like after. The Japanese have streamlined the entire experience from front to back. The toilet seats are heated. Like,
oh my God, are they?
Yes, and Carey, it's like a warm hug. You go into a toilet in like the airport where you would expect it to be just disgusting, and it's clean, heated toilet seat. You get a full bidet, front, back. Like,
what's the airport like?
Oh my God.
There?
Also, they have a feature on their toilets called privacy, where you push a button and it makes like a loud water sound to cover up any sort of bathroom sounds you might make.
Oh my God.
So you can go into full privacy mode and
splatter.
That was key for me.
I've been needing, like, if only I had that over the last 2 months when I was having like surges with my antibiotic.
Would save relationships.
Yeah.
Privacy mode would change lives.
I mean, as long as you have like a fan, the humming, but
that's not even as good as privacy mode covers it all up.
Wait, what's the airport like there?
It's really I flew into Osaka.
Oh, okay.
Because I was going to Kyoto first in that airport. I mean, it was really like streamlined and clean. And
did you fly out of Tokyo?
And then flew out of Tokyo. Flew out of Narita, which is kind of far away. You have to take like an hour train to get there, but it wasn't hard to do. And
is it a big airport?
Pretty big.
Fascinated.
Yeah. Highly recommend.
Did you fly over the Pacific?
Yeah, we did fly the route that you said. I took.
Say I was right.
You were right. I said I'm gonna see if this.
I'm gonna see if
I'm gonna see if this gay is right about the route, and then I looked it up, and you were damn right.
Did you look out the window and peep the ice caps?
Yeah.
Was it scary?
It's scary to fly over the ocean.
Flying over the ocean is the most horrifying thing. The Pacific Ocean specifically is. I've only flown as far as Hawaii, and even that is like
an oceanic plane death. Absolutely no thank you.
Wait, was there turbulence?
A little bit, but after I watched a TikTok about the truth of turbulence, I never worry about it again.
How many movies did you watch?
On the way there, I watched a lot of movies because I could not sleep. So on the way there, I actually beat jet lag, and I have the formula to share, which is you only get 4 hours of sleep the night before your flight, and then don't sleep the entire flight. So you basically stay up like 28 hours, and then you will be so tired, you'll crash as soon as you hit the hay, and then you'll sleep through the night into the next day, and then you're done. I never had jet lag in Japan.
How many hours
jet
ahead?
lag is really 17 hours ahead. It's like tomorrow night there.
Yeah, anytime you would message me, I was like unsure what time it was.
It's crazy the time difference.
Damn.
And then coming back, like
it's
going there, you miss a full, miss like a day and a half, but coming back, like I left Thursday night in Japan and got to the US on Thursday morning.
That's weird.
So I had the longest day of my life.
It's crazy to me that we're closer to Japan than New York, but we're behind.
Yeah.
That
because time.
I don't believe in that.
It's kooky for sure. I never was able to wrap my head around like the time difference and like truly understand it.
Did you look at the map when you were like completely in the middle of the Pacific Ocean? That's scary.
Yeah, you're up by like Greenland and shit. Or no, you're up by Russia. I don't know where you are.
Russia?
Yeah.
Greenland is
no, it's
going
the other
towards
way. Sorry, Dole.
England. Yeah, because Japan borders Russia, right?
Yeah, and it's super close to North Korea too. I was like, they could nuke. That'd be fine, actually. I'd go in Japan. I'd be sad to not be near Tony, but I know he was in good hands, so it'd be chill.
You're just like in soaking and you see like the pink horizon mushroom cloud.
Like, well, it's happening.
God, I'm so jealous. I mean, all your stories were captivating.
It was a crucial trip at a crucial time. And I would say to anyone that's like on the fence, right now is a good time to go because the yen to dollar is like the dollar is stronger than the yen right now, which never happens.
Recession?
I think it's just because they were closed for so long.
Right.
And then now they're opening back up, and I'm sure it will like right itself in like a year or two's time. So, and when it is like the last time I went there, it's just about the same, but everything is more expensive there. So it's better to go. And you can eat cheap there.
Yeah.
Like I had delicious udon that was like $5.
And did you go into one of those like cozy like alleyway that's like seats like 5 people?
Yeah, we went into those, but it was amazing because some of them are like they don't want any Westerners in there. Like we were poking our heads into some, and there was one that I really wanted to go in. It was just like an old lady bartending and an old man. They were both just singing karaoke together, and we like went to go in. She goes, no. Some people, they were like, no. And I love being told like no in a harsh way.
I mean, they understandably don't like Americans.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
What's to like?
I mean, after our track record with them, I think it's okay.
American pigs.
Mm-hmm.
We had a joke. We were like, we're American pigs.
You were piggies.
We were true piggies. And I was pig mama at the pig cafe. Literally.
Oh my God. What the fuck?
Okay. I saw that there was a micro pig cafe, and I was like, without a doubt, I must be going here. Made a reservation. It literally is just a room packed with
pigs,
baby pigs.
What did it feel like to hold one?
It was like coming home, and they gravitated to me. It was 4 pig siblings that were tiny. I'm talking like each was like this big, and they gravitated towards me and crawled in my lap, and each fought to get a seat on my lap. And I had just 4 pig babies.
How did they fight?
Nestling in. They just would be like and like wiggle in, and then another pig came up to them and tried to start drama, and like there was like a tiny pig fight, and they had to be separated. But these pigs are like very well behaved, and they all have like little litter boxes on the side. So they go and use the bathroom in their like little area. It was very clean.
Did they smell good?
They smelled great. They
do they stay that size?
No, they grow up and then they go to like a farm or something, or they're adopted. I don't know. Not my problem.
They're not killed, right?
No.
Okay, good.
The lady said they are adopted. People adopt them. I would adopt them.
They wanted to like nestle and like.
They truly did, and like.
They saw something.
Ed and Ryan would try and get a pig to come to them, one of the siblings, and they would go kind of to them and then just walk back to me and come to mother's.
So they're
lap.
like affectionate.
So affectionate.
They're like dogs.
They're dogs.
But they're smarter.
They're
Pigs
little
are really
dog
smart.
babies.
That's why that's the only them, and I mean cows are dumb, but pigs, I feel guilty because they're like very aware.
I don't associate like the meat I eat with the animals.
You don't personify your food.
I just can't, because then I would be totally vegan.
Yeah, but then you would be farting all the time.
I know. It's hard. It's really hard.
Well, I'm glad you're back.
I'm so glad to be
I held
back.
down the fort as best I could.
You did an amazing job. With
Shout
none other than the podcastress.
Karen Kilgariff.
Mm-hmm.
She loved being on. Hopefully we'll have her on again.
Definitely.
It was cool to recap with someone that doesn't watch it and like kind of realize in talking to her how crazy this show is.
Mm-hmm.
But the cool thing about her is like she immediately like got everyone's game. Like she had everyone's number. So it was just really fun. And shout out to all the Patreon people for coming from my neck about the wrong episode gate.
Do you understand how smug I felt? I was literally on a bullet train. I had like a pocket Wi-Fi thing. I was like connected. I was just like making moves. Uploaded what I thought was the bonus episode. I was like,
yes,
girl bossing on the fucking bullet train. Thought I uploaded the right episode, pushed publish, and I was like, all in a day's work.
Meanwhile,
only
chaos ensued.
Chaos ensued.
And
Literally for like a whole day and night, the wrong bonus episode was uploaded. No one was happy. And then I woke up the next day in like a tiny little town in a ryokan, like on a mat on the floor of this like chic ryokan, and was like, I'm just going to check my phone. To literally the mistake of a lifetime. I thought I had it on lock. I absolutely didn't.
And I was
and you were crucified.
I was stoned to death. But I didn't give you up.
No, I love that. You had my back.
I was like, I'll go down with this ship.
Mm-hmm. Good soldier.
Good soldier. But it was fun. But I'm glad to be back. We have lots to discuss.
There's so much to discuss.
I just told Lara about this literal like cloud of death right now over Ohio. A train derailed. It's literally the plot of White Noise. A train derailed in Palestine, Ohio, and it's spilling. I have all the info right here.
I don't love that for Ohioans.
It's a vinyl chloride leak, and it's currently there's a plume that's like in the sky, and it's like changing. It's like a volcanic eruption, and
just like a man-made one.
Acid rain and phosgene will decimate the zone's ecology.
We're in Palestine, Ohio.
It's like, yeah, I think
population.
I don't know how many people, but I think it's near West Virginia, like on the border. So that's being threatened. I mean,
damn, that's the last thing they need.
But it's literally White Noise is about a train derailing in Ohio.
Prescient.
Right? What the fuck?
Damn.
It's the same plot. It's like a
Don
plume.
DeLillo.
Yeah, he's onto something.
Smiling hard right now.
Mm-hmm. So that's my doom news of the day.
Hating that for Ohio.
Pray for Ohio.
Pray for America, honestly, because a plume could just travel. You never know.
Not here.
Wait, okay, so this is old news by this point, but this shook me to my core. Brandi Glanville allegedly fired from Girls Trip
Marrakesh
for assaulting Caroline Manzo.
She like felt up her pussy.
She like groped her tits and puss.
And then I think she
and forcibly made out with her.
And I think she threw something on her. Like she terrorized Caroline.
And Caroline said, "I don't feel safe." And then Brandi was told to leave.
I think Caroline left too.
Did she?
Yeah.
Damn. She didn't stay?
Why did I hear that she threw food on her?
I mean, that seems like a drunk thing to do.
But
this
also,
whole thing reads as like you're sloppy drunk.
And then Brandi was tweeting like, "Don't believe everything you hear in the press." In the press.
I'm just gonna say though, have you seen Caroline Manzo's look recently?
It's giving tar.
It's giving big lesbian energy.
But also Caroline, I mean, no one should be sexually assaulted.
Absolutely
Obviously,
not.
like that's so fucked up and horrible, and I'm sorry that happened to her. And Brandi's a hot mess.
Brandi's a mess for that. At the same time, I'm when I put myself in the mindset of Brandi Glanville, which is like you're fucking shit tanked and you're a ravenous your sexual appetite cannot be sated, and you see zone in on one Ms. Caroline Tarr, you're gonna go for it.
Caroline also like was okay with her sister being like hogtied and like
she was okay with someone being fucking almost killed and slapjacked in a parking lot.
In a home invasion.
Yeah.
So I think two things can be true. That Caroline,
this is where you go, Comet is my boyfriend. Comet is a cat.
Yeah.
Laying on my lap.
Well, this is my
me.
Two things can be true. I can be like, that's fucked up that she was violated like that, and also fuck her.
Yeah.
But I don't want her to leave the show.
I thought that she stayed. I don't know. Stay.
Gretchen's there. Vicky, and also Vicky apparently said, "Who are you? Is this the tour guide?" To Caroline.
I'm obsessed
Thank
with
God.
that read. We don't deserve Vicky Gunvalson.
Gunvalson.
Yet we have her.
Gunvalson.
We have Tilapia Gunvalson anyway.
Tilapia is truly giving God in Marrakesh. We need her just like there just needs to be a Vicky show.
There needs to be Vicky needs
Lil
to
Vicky.
do like Anthony Bourdain's
No
she
reservations.
Needs to take up Anthony Bourdain's No Reservations and just travel internationally.
I don't think she would do well overseas.
No, she should. She absolutely wouldn't, and that's why it's essential viewing. She offends every culture. Is like so rude about the food.
Who is this? Are you a tour guide?
I'm obsessed with
Dead.
that.
And then they canceled New York Legacies.
Before it even began? Why, pray tell?
I don't know.
This seems like someone's not doing their job right.
And I don't know, like, is the new Housewives of New York even coming out? Like, where is it?
I thought they canceled that.
Well, no, one of them was kicked off for being something racist or I don't know. But I don't know what's going on.
Why is New York such a cursed territory now for Bravo?
It was just because of that last season. I think it was like the death knell of that franchise.
Imagine, truly,
they had it all.
Whoever made these executive decisions needs to go into witness protection, because once the fans catch wind of like who orchestrated the demise of maybe one of the greatest franchises of television ever,
Yeah,
it's gonna be a guillotine situation.
We had Camelot.
Imagine fucking that up.
Like, I mean,
I've like had some wrong moves in my life, but I will never have the guilt of having destroyed RHONY. That's like cardinal
sacrilege.
Sin.
I need Jenna Lyons. I feel like
she was supposed to be in it, right?
Yeah, she's like one of the main casts.
What the actual fuck?
I mean, I still think they're doing it. So let's pray.
Yeah. It's time to really...
I did see recently, like a month or two ago, she posted like best trip ever with two of the other housewives. So I think they're filming.
Okay.
So pray this summer we get
They better work.
RHONY.
Which production company does
Let's not get
RHONY?
into it because we want to be on Watch Happens Live. We got to kiss some ass. I'm ready. This year I'm ready to kiss Andy Cohen's ass.
I love it. I love him.
I love Andy Cohen, but
he's the best.
I want on.
We got to get on.
We have to get on.
This is the year we get on.
We have to pitch tilapia.
Honestly,
he loves
LaLa
Vicky.
said that when I was on her podcast, she said, "You and me need to get dinner with Vicky."
You need to make this happen.
And I almost cried.
That whole like experience was kind of glossed over because you were leaving for Japan, but that was a win for Sup.
That was a huge coup for the community at large.
It was a real coup.
It was an entire coup. That was also cool of her to have me on the pod.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah.
She's rich. She's chill.
She's fucking chill, man.
Man.
Don't.
Lars.
I'm a little tired.
A little tired. I did see Knock at the Cabin.
Oh, how was it?
It was better than I thought it was going to be, but the ending, they fucked up the ending.
Did you like the book better?
I like the book's ending way more.
Okay. Maybe I'll read the book then.
But Ben Aldridge and Jonathan Groff can
both have an Eiffel Tower with you.
Speaking of Eiffel Tower, we knew this was happening.
Yes.
This had happened.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, it was confirmed on Family Shore, Jersey Shore, Family Vacation, Family Shore.
Family Shore.
Vinny and Mike, the situation confirmed that they Eiffel Towered a girl, I think on season 1, like behind the scenes of Jersey Shore season 1. And the cast was shook.
They spit roasted
a girl. They said their swords didn't touch, which I'm like, but it seems like the reaction of they were all like, whoa. So like I was thinking they were having like regular like group sex.
Yeah.
But they were not. That shook. JWoww was shook.
JWoww is weirdly pretty chaste on Jersey Shore. Like she kind of always has a man. She's not. I mean, maybe season 1 she was like a little bit more.
I think now, especially now, she's
a mother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like she was relatively tame in comparison to everyone else.
True.
In Snooki.
But this makes so much sense why Vinny and
Sitch hate each other.
They had
so
such
much.
animosity, and we knew something was up.
Mm-hmm.
They had like kind of like a loaded moment, I think.
They had like homo hate.
Yeah, they had like they had this thing that they like a secret between them.
Their dirty secret.
And I think it was like it was a competitive thing too, and I think they were just like it was like a moment they had that was like really intimate, and I think that created a lot of tension between them.
It's charged as hell.
And that's why Mike was always like kind of egging him on because I think he wanted to do it again. And there was a moment where he tried to get Vinny to come with him. Remember?
Yes.
Into the stall. So that and season 2, I think. So that clearly Mike was like seeking it out.
Mm-hmm.
Mike's a little bi.
Mike's totally bi.
Yeah.
And he can get it. He in particular is down to get his rocks off, especially when another man's in the room.
But and Vinny was like, no, not. And Vinny was refusing, and Mike was kind of like, oh man. But I think what drunk Mike wanted to have more like
drunk, coked out
Eiffel
Mike.
Tower moments.
Yeah. He needed to get a little experimental.
So
wow.
I'm shook.
I feel validated.
No, I feel totally validated, but I am shook.
Mm-hmm.
It's like to know what actually happened is like, whoa.
It's incredible.
It makes me clutch my pearls.
Incredible work for them. It doesn't surprise me really because I figured like they're doing just like debaucherous sexual shit.
Yeah.
But like I'm glad to have suspicions confirmed and know that our intuition is always correct on this podcast.
Speaking of which, we were right to intuit that season 10 of Vanderpump Rules is going to be everything.
Lit.
I'm Carey.
I'm Lara.
And you're listening to
Sexy
Unique Podcast.
Pumpheads.
Well, this is a new one for me.
This is a new era of the pod where we are leaning into
the namesake.
Leaning into the namesake. We're back. I had a really rocky past few seasons of Vanderpump Rules. The show got worse and worse, and then my job felt like a horrific responsibility and felt exactly how I never wanted it to feel, which was like a job.
Not a labor of love.
No, just like a full-blown, like I'm now working for Bravo.
Right.
And like talking about this like fucking piece of shit show that used to be really good. Like, what am I fighting for? What's it all for? It was like it really brought me down.
You had an existential...
It was crisis.
Yeah.
I said our brand is crisis, and then eventually...
All brand is crisis, love.
Eventually, I just gave up. I gave up on last season. I did what you're never supposed to do in the podcast world, which was just like, with no explanation, was just like, I won't be recapping like the final 2 reunion episodes. I was like, enough. I did that. And people were confused. They were like bereft. And you know what? It's not my problem. Like, take it up with Bravo specifically and like Shed Media or Evolution, whoever produces this shit, because it was the worst show ever. And we can all agree on that.
Let's not pretend.
And don't even make it my fault. It's not.
But they took their time.
They took their time. They took a beat. They listened. They got right with God.
It's truly listening and learning, but like actually.
And the thing is, when they have to listen and learn, but people's lives have to be hell in order for Vanderpump Rules to work. Someone always has to be living in hell.
You said this before Schwartz and Katie Baloney broke up.
I said all last season on the pod.
But you said they all need to get divorced or break up and then all be single. For this show to work, and that's literally what happened.
Yeah, you're welcome again.
So,
but all last season, I was like, I had an aha moment, probably simultaneously with Katie's aha moments, and I was like, Schwartz has sucked the life out of this woman for 12 years. She comes across so badly on the show because her entire life revolves around trying to get this man to be the man that she wants him to be, and he can never be that. And so instead of being empowered, she's like disempowered 100% of the time, comes off as like whiny and controlling and needy and like drunk. All the worst qualities. Meanwhile, he comes off as like kind of foppish and lovable. But then you take off your Schwartz goggles and you realize this man's the fucking devil. He's like made us all hate this woman who actually is like cool and chill.
And has a lot to her.
Yeah. She contains multitudes, and we haven't gotten to see that because the one thing we focused on is her like bitching at her stupid boyfriend.
This man literally poured a drink on his wife.
He told his wife he doesn't like the sound of her voice.
Like, that's true abuse. She was being abused for 12 years. And so in the beginning of the premiere, we see them sit down. It's like kind of a, dramatic, separate confessionals. And they're like, tell us in your own words what happened. So I guess in December of 2021,
Katie came to him and said,
I want a divorce.
And
like, in really explicitly, like logically spelled out all the reasons why he's bad for her.
We also got like a montage of their cursed railroad wedding.
I know.
Remember that? That wedding was never meant to be. From the invitations.
Where was it again?
It was truly in the forest. It was literally by a railroad.
But like where? What state?
In California somewhere.
Was it at that like railroad museum by Griffith Park?
No, it was like a drive away. Okay. From the tea towels to the railroad nuptials, nothing about this wedding was ever meant to be.
It was not safe.
It wasn't safe. And then, so Katie explains like, this man won't make me happy. Like, it's been too long and blah, blah, blah. And then Tom is like, I can't really remember what she said, but I don't want to say that because part of the reason she said she wanted to break up with me is because I never listened to her. So, and I was like, you are fired.
But to his 1 ounce of credit, he did say, I can't argue with her reasons. She had good reasons that I couldn't be the man for her.
What's also shocking though.
I was like, damn.
And like women, we all need to learn from this. And Katie Maloney, who knew she would be our teacher, our great instructor in this realm, But like, there's one point in the episode where Tom is like, my life is falling apart. Like, I'm not going to ever have children with this woman and like live until old age and like get old together with this woman. And I'm like, how on earth anyone ever thought
you were going to make it that far?
Yeah. Like, she let you believe that that would happen. And she also believed that that would happen, even though everyone else knew that would never happen. And we have to stop doing this to these men that, like, you need to just break up with someone immediately. Like, you should not linger, never linger.
But those tears on their wedding, I think because they both in their pit knew this was, I think they unconsciously both knew it wasn't going to happen.
Remember, like, leading up to the wedding, she was like, your dick doesn't work.
Yeah,
and like he clutched a pole. She left him on the side of the road.
Oh.
I've never been so harrowed by a relationship only to have it finally come to fruition like 7 years later.
Also, I still can't believe the scavenger hunt Vanderpump made them do to prove their love for her. So she would officiate.
I forgot about
like that alone is like a red flag.
That's Machiavellian.
Mm-hmm.
That's sick.
Lisa.
You know what else is insane?
What?
The new intro for the show.
I love it.
It is.
It's
a great update.
It's definitely an upgrade.
It's a real tour.
But I do miss the campy slow-mo. But Lisa was like, I need a new.
She goes, we need to get all the properties in here.
But she's like, I need to look better in this. Because the last one, she was like.
She's also like, Sir. I love how heavily Sir is still featured, knowing that restaurant is literally crumbling.
Wait, I just need to say something. Lisa came off as like kind of a sad old lady in this. A little bit. In terms of like, she's not really like, they don't respect her that much anymore, I feel like. Or they don't fear her as much. And
she has no power over them.
I know, but I need her to have that power back because that's when she's the most like in herself. And I feel like there was a moment where I was like, respect her when the girls are like at Tom Tom and they're just like, hi Lise.
Yeah.
I was like,
well, she's their equal now. Essentially, they're all starring on Vanderpump Rules.
I know, but it
she's
made me
not
kind of
even
sad.
Any longer. She needs to get back on Housewives.
She does. It kind of made me sad because I'm like, I liked when she was a tyrant and fucked with them.
I liked when she was their actual boss. Like she was like the mistress of Sir, and they were all just her underlings. But now they've grown up and they make money,
I know.
It
makes me.
And I'd rather have Lisa, the sad old lady.
She's not a sad. She still looks incredible. I'm just saying in terms of her being like, hey girls, what you talking about? It's like that meme of Steve Buscemi. Hey kids. That's Lisa feels like that now.
I'd rather have that than like her trying to be like in the mix as like a character on the show. Because in the past few seasons, she's been like, well, what's going on here? And it's like, you would not confess anything to this like,
are you depressed?
70-year-old millionaire.
Remember?
Are you depressed?
Are you depressed?
Yeah, like, no, that doesn't work.
She needs to go back on Housewives.
Yeah.
Get her on Beverly Hills again, please.
Goodbye, Kyle.
Goodbye, Kyle. We need her. I think she'll thrive there more.
She would. I'm still rooting for LaLa being upgraded to Housewives and bringing Lisa back. I think that would breathe heavy life into the franchise.
Schwartz is a bitch.
Schwartz is a little weak fucking pussy boy.
But he's like cunty.
He's also just like,
straight guys are so bitchy.
He's truly the epitome of the worst kind of straight man.
They're catty.
Cannot do anything. Literally, I'm like, how does this man get out of bed and like get in a car and go anywhere by himself? Like without Mama Katie there,
Mama.
How does he even like wipe his own ass?
I mean, he seems like he's
ill,
waking up a little in terms of like being productive. Like he had to like tell Sandoval to get his ass to work. But I was also like, I was kind of like, fuck you for that, because Sandoval has been like
carrying
you
for years.
Sandoval's that photo, women carrying faggots, that painting where it's a woman carrying a bundle of sticks. That's Sandoval.
No, literally,
he
Schwartz
carried your
would
ass.
not even be here today if it weren't for Sandoval.
So when he kind of threw him under the bus,
yeah,
I was like, fuck you. Sandoval's just having a moment.
Also, like, the least you can do, that's why you have a partnership, is like, if Sandoval has to go on tour with his band, like, hold down the fucking fort.
He was like, yeah, I don't know where he was. He was just like out like doing stuff.
It's like, and I love the band. It's like a cool project. And like, fuck off, answer an email. Like, we have phone calls. You're such a stupid little baby.
Leave him alone.
Yeah. James' new song, when he's playing it in the car, I was like, that song slaps.
Yeah, it was good. James is dating a new gal named Allie who looks... She too has giant eyes and teeny tiny arms like Raquel.
Yeah, he loves dating like a beautiful stick figure. Who's shocked just at life.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're newborns.
James is dating her. He's like smitten. He says she's the love of her life. They're living together already. I think it's only been like 6 months.
Yeah, they're living together. He's upgraded his BMW to like some sporty version, and he's on his way
to DJ at
for a set any DJ would kill for.
The night shift.
Some DJs yearn to get to the Sahara tent, others for a residency in Vegas, but they don't know that the real coup is to fucking post up at Sir for an audience of 10 to 15.
Well, we get a fake out because he makes a phone call and he goes, "Hey baby, how are you?" And then we think it's gonna be Raquel, and then she's driving on her way to be a waitress, and she's talking to Charlie.
I love that you call her Raquel. Don't stop that.
Raquel.
I like Raquel.
Raquel is driving, and there's this really wonderfully LA shot where she's driving in her car, and she's like, "I met Allie at some award show," and you see an ambulance race by next to her, and she doesn't even aware. I was like, that's very LA. Talking about like a Hollywood event.
Like a random award show that you went to.
Yeah.
She was like, the iHeartRadio award show. I was like, that's bleak.
I saw her. We talked for like 5 minutes.
I'm going to say this now. I'm deeply worried for Raquel.
Why? Is she spiraling?
I think that, okay, so the big rumor, I think, and what happens this season is that she goes out with Schwartz and like she ends up dating him. And
right.
They might still be dating or something. I'm just like,
because they set that up.
She's also enslaved at Sir along with Charlie.
They set that up because Katie goes, "Our one rule: don't date in the friend group." So that's
and it's about to be Raquel, but I'm like, she's just now getting her sea legs after being on the DJ JK train for so long. Like, she has so much further to go with like building up her self-esteem, but she's in the perfect position for a Schwartz type character to swoop in on her
and rock her off her feet,
destroy her life.
She's also very overwhelmed at work.
She's busy.
She's very busy.
I love Lisa being like, "You will serve it, Sir."
Okay.
And Raquel being like,
"Okay."
She has no choice, and she's like doing whatever it takes to just like slay at Sir.
She's slaying the house boots,
but like. Also the least populated restaurant in all of the land.
At least give her a TomTom. My God.
I know. Put me in, coach. I can do it.
Even Max got upgraded to TomTom. Max look kind of hot. I'm sorry. When she walked in, I went,
that's her truth.
I went, who is that? Who is that man? And then I was like, oh, it's Max. He has a chest tattoo.
Max and Lisa, I'm convinced they never speak.
No.
This was like a weird B-roll footage that was filmed like after the fact where she was like, people need to remember that I have a son named Max and we're going to like check in with him and I'm going to let the viewers know that he's like really worked his way up the ranks and now he now manages TomTom.
He walked around the corner.
He's really made something of himself.
So James is DJing at and Raquel is waitressing and they're like, and Charlie's like, "Are you nervous to see James?"
Wait. You're just skipping right ahead.
God. Sorry, honey.
Please.
Oh, God.
We go to Schwartz and Sandy's, and they haven't opened their shit up yet.
You said you went there.
I've been there for dinner.
Is it good?
It was not good.
Was Tom Tom better?
Tom Tom is still the crown jewel in the Vanderpump Empire, followed by, I would say, Pump, followed by Schwartz and Sandy's, followed by Sir.
Followed by Villa Blanca.
Yeah. I mean, you have to be just a real slop pig to eat it, Sir, honestly.
Which I am.
And guess what? I had a realization when I was catching up on The Last of Us. I was like, the true Last of Us pandemic started at Sir with that woman getting a violent diarrhea and vomit attack from the orange cream sauce.
Oh, by the way, I'm bag free.
I love it.
I just want to show it off for a second.
It's so gorgeous. No tubes.
Anyway, speaking of diarrhea.
But yeah, I was like, that's truly when they're talking on The Last of Us, he's like, it got into the food supply. My immediate thought was Sir.
Orange sauce.
Yeah. Schwartz and Sandy's, all the food. I was there with my friend who's vegetarian or pescatarian, so we couldn't like fully dive into the menu. But the menu is inexplicably Cajun themed. And
because of Florida?
I have no idea. And everything truly just tastes like it's microwaved in the kitchen. They're really going the Sir route of like frozen to microwave to plate pipeline.
And it's right around the corner from La Poubelle.
Yeah. Which also has gone incredibly downhill.
La Poubelle?
I went there for New Year's, which is like the wrong time to go to any restaurant really, but their entire service system is now just on your phone.
I went there and I was confused. I liked it.
I don't like that.
I didn't like that, but I liked the food.
I didn't like the food and I didn't like doing all the work myself and then being asked to tip. I'm like, who am I tipping? AI? I literally I downloaded everything and I ordered everything. Who am I going to tip?
Tip myself.
The air? I'll tip myself. I was truly like,
I did love the French onion soup.
You're wrong for this. I said to no one.
I did love the crock of French onion.
Oh, I don't know if they had that.
Well,
I ordered oysters and it's oyster season and
well, they have like sort of a rainforest cafe motif in one of the tables. They have like Starry Night. So they're having a lot of
Starry Night up. We got the James Turrell on the way to the bathroom. I was like, James Turrell literally killed himself the night that this aired.
Wait, so they're having a hard time actually like stopping they keep designing more and more. They keep getting inspired and their designer is like, you fucking idiots need to stop because we're going to run out of money.
That's what the restaurant looks like. They never stop getting inspired.
Yeah, it's a pish posh.
I love Sandoval coming in and going, we went thrifting. I was like, stop. You need to get thrifty in your bank account and put a stop to this and open up.
And then we see Schwartz in Las Vegas a year before being like, oh, I'm so inspired.
So I remember when there was a Daily Mail party at Schwartz and Sandy's.
Yeah, that's what they're gearing up for.
The opening.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like in July last year was when they were filming. And then I was like, oh, the restaurant's finally open. And it didn't open for like 6 more months. It was just a false open.
They're gearing up for the big day, the DM. The DM soiree.
The chokehold that Lisa has on like the Daily Mail.
And Radar Online.
Radar Online. Sandoval's looking good.
He's looking hot. Him and Ariana look incredible.
They look really good. Sandoval.
His stash. Please.
He's sexier than ever.
It's insane.
It's insane.
Going on tour was good for him.
I love them being like, I wish I could just hit you up about not work-related things. Like, I miss being an idiot with you sometimes.
I want to have our late night sessions. Then we cut to them on acid or shrooms.
They were on shrooms, like ideating about their restaurant. Mm-hmm.
Their suicidal ideations.
Their suicide ideations.
And then
Schwartz is like, I can't do shrooms. He's not in a place of shrooms.
No, he's like, I'm going to have a psychotic break if I do shrooms.
He would.
He's like wearing he's like all Schwartz is really he's on like good boy behavior.
He's also in a place of like wearing the Tom Tom baseball hat merch 24/7, which I'm like, this is a cry for help.
No, but he's really trying to like present himself as like he's focused now, he's getting his shit together, and I'm like, Under
I
that
see right through that.
is
You're a shell of a man.
You're on skinny stilts.
Mm-hmm.
You're on a house on stilts right
He's
now.
a lizard on stilts.
He is.
Dressed in a human flesh. He's the Geico lizard.
He is. I saw a meme today that was the Geico lizard with Ed Norton and Fight Club watching the buildings explode. You just see the back of the lizard. Like, what?
I love that little lizard.
Yeah.
That is Tom Schwartz, though.
He is.
love
that lizard has more tenacity.
a man who literally couldn't serve glasses of rosé
Without having a panic
without
attack.
having a full-blown meltdown is now like a businessman.
Yeah. That
Honestly.
was one of the darkest.
James shows up to Last of Us Ground Zero, aka Sir, for his big set, and he's getting ready at the booth. And then this is where I'm like, we need eyes on Raquel at all times because she's just trying to boop, boop, beep, beep an order in. And Peter saunters up to her. And I was like, Raquel, you've got to get out of here.
Peter literally looks like he did in 2011 with the hair. I'm like, did he just step out of 2013 right now?
The world is a completely different place than it was when this show started, and the only thing that's remained a constant is Peter Madrigal.
He comes up, he's still the manager of Sir.
He has not gone anywhere nor done anything, but I guess is just killing it. And the way he like approaches Raquel, I was also like, I feel like I've been in this situation so many times where you like go out with a guy because you're like, whatever, I'll just like give it a shot. Like, you got to say yes to some stuff, but then you realize
maybe he'll like eat me out or something.
Yeah, or you're like, I guess he'll like take me out to dinner. How bad could it be? And then you're like, it's awful. I never want to see this person again. And I actually like hate myself because they like me so much. And then when they talk to you, you're like, my self-worth gets less and less because this person likes me. And Raquel, no, you know what it.
I know. I get
vibe
it.
Is like though.
And he comes up. He's being a little like creepy. He's like, hey.
He's like,
London.
remember, you're not like bringing things up.
Yeah,
that
like
you said
we
like,
have an
you
inside joke.
But
Yeah,
you don't, and you're literally like, I'm about to go to the bathroom and slip my wrist. Like, and
he's like, yeah. How about this? You didn't finish the nachos, or like we still gotta, you know. And Raquel's like,
so nice. She's like, oh yeah, the nachos. I didn't even remember I said that. And she explains why she went out with him, and she's like, well, Peter is a man, not a man-child, so... And I'm like, Raquel, you're better than this. You've got to just say no. And this is coming from someone who also went on a date with Peter.
oh, right. I didn't know that. Sorry.
No, and
I mean...
I know what it's like.
I've told you I would fuck Peter. So I'm like...
Fucking him is one thing, but going on like...
Hey, he comes up to her, hey...
Hey...
Also, like, it's kind of in this
also.
climate that we're in, like, it is a little like he's the manager,
this is sexual harassment,
and she's a waitress.
It's power dynamic.
I know. I was like, I'm not comfortable with this power dynamic. Even if she's pretending to be a waitress, like, I'm not comfortable right now.
This is Sexy Unique Restaurant, and when your restaurant has sexy in the title, I guess you just like all rules go out the window.
Vanderpump Rules.
Do you think that they?
Sir Rules.
Do you think they have like workplace training?
No.
They
don't have HR.
Lisa's like, don't rape anyone. She's like, word to the wise, don't rape.
She goes,
and then just leaves. Ariana, Katie, and LaLa go to Tom Tom, and no one orders the buffalo cauliflower, which I was like,
you're wrong for that.
You're wrong for, and you're doubly wrong for ordering like the farm plate.
Yeah, that was like,
I've had that farm plate.
Schwartz, Katie and Ariana sit down, and Ariana's looking snatched, and they wait for LaLa, who rolls in wearing PJs, which I was like,
power move. LaLa's now also the queen bee of Vanderpump.
She is, now that Sheena's gone.
A new Supreme has risen. Sheena's married off to Brock.
Or sorry,
Stassi gone forever, and a new Supreme has risen in her place, and that Supreme's name is LaLa Kent.
Lauren LaLa Kent. So she sits down and she's kind of like, I'm not going to serve. They're having they're pre-gaming, walking around the corner to go to serve, to go watch DJ Kennedy's set. So they're having a few drinks to get a little toasted before going to get
before their call time at Sir.
So they're sitting there, and then Lala's like, I can't go to Sir if Schwartz is going to be there because I'm mad at him because he played pickleball with Randall.
So when Rand and La broke up, LaLa hosted a summit on Sheena's rooftop where she gathered everyone and said, do not ever speak to this man again or else you're cut from my life. Like, these are the rules. And then Schwartz needed to play pickleball and had no one else to play it with and went and played pickleball with Randall. And then LaLa emailed or like messaged him like, you're cut. I don't associate with weaklings. You couldn't even have your wife's back, so what makes me think that you would have mine? And I'm like, she's speaking truth.
Great point.
Where's the lie?
Also, pickleball gate. I'm just like, of course it's pickleball.
Pickleball is so nasty.
I've never played it.
Me neither. But
it just feels very like hey, it's like racquetball in the 80s.
Pickleball is just like taking over the world. One pickleball court at a time. It's probably really fun. There's probably a reason everyone loves it so much. It's like easier tennis. It's like halfway between tennis and ping pong. But I just don't like anyone's pickleball desperation. And the more people talk about pickleball, the less I want to engage with it.
Lala's kind of like, she's referring to like the big LA Times article that came out about Randall, about like all the alleged shit he does. She's like, I just don't want to be associated with him, and anyone that is choosing him over me, they're dead.
I love when Ariana goes, I don't understand what he brings to the friendship. And Katie goes, pickleball.
They know. Katie knows Schwartz like the back of her hand.
Yeah.
Pickleball.
She's got his number. Pickleball. Wait, also, Lisa swans her way into Tom Tom.
Oh, girls.
She goes, oh, hello, darlings. She goes to LaLa. She goes, you look great. What are you doing? And LaLa goes, a lot of cum to the face. And Lisa goes, oh, come off it.
That was really weird.
I know. And she goes, I'm not. But I need to talk about it or else something. I was like, are you getting cum to the face or no?
She's doing low timber.
Injection style.
I'm getting cum all over my fucking face.
I love Lisa that. Goes, saying that to like your boss.
She goes, hey, Lise.
Hey, what up, Lise?
What up, girl? And then Lisa's like, oh, well.
You look fabulous. What have you been doing? Imagine saying that to like your grandmother.
Lisa,
a lot of cum to the face.
A lot of fucking cum loads on my fucking skin face.
I'm getting mouth fucked.
I'm getting mouth fucked in my skull.
I'm getting skull fucked until someone comes all over my face every night.
And Lisa goes, oh, cheeky girl.
Cheeky mistress, I'll see you at Sir. Better be on time.
Lisa, she does not walk that. She gets into her car and takes her to Sir, right?
I think she walks. It's such a short distance. And you know that she loves walking by. She gets to walk
by the Abbey.
If you're Lisa Vanderpump and you own that corner and that corner is yours to slay.
She gets to walk by Pump.
You get to walk by another one of your properties where people are sitting outside and probably go, Lisa, oh my God.
And then gaze at the Abbey.
And then gaze at the Abbey. And then you walk down and everyone driving on Robertson is like, oh my God. Like, it's truly catwalk.
You walk by the Hollywood Foreign Press Tudor building. Hello.
You go, what's up?
But she definitely walks like this. Ken gets driven.
Yeah, Ken.
That's a hard walk.
His hips can't take the walk.
And Lisa goes, oh, you naughty girl. Well, I'll see you ladies back at Sir.
Literally, when they get into Sir, I was like, this restaurant hasn't seen this action since the last season of Vanderpump Rules film.
Wait, also, Sheena just magically appears, and she literally looks like Kristen.
There was not enough Sheena in this episode for my taste.
Does she not look like Dowdy a little? With the hair?
Notice
with
that.
the hair.
She's rocking a bob. Lisa's like,
Well,
speaking of cum, we have a delicious fettuccine alfredo at Sir. See you there in a mere 30 minutes. You better be on time, naughty girls. See?
She goes, speaking of semen, I've got to get to Sir where we're serving a delicious gnocchi.
Delicious chicken breast with white gravy.
White gravy? Is that a thing?
Yeah. Gravy that's white. Biscuits and gravy.
Oh,
Speaking of
cum, we've got to go to sexy unique restaurant around the corner where we'll be serving a delicious clam chowder.
Well, we're microwaving up some old lean cuisines I've found in the fridge.
We've got a delicious New England clam chowder brewing on the cauldron. Come on over to Sir, everyone.
Come on over to serve a delicious dinner. And it's musical.
You know what? There's a tunnel underneath that connects all the restaurants, and it goes under the Abbey, and it connects to Sir. So she goes, bye-bye, and then takes the tunnel, like in The Last of Us.
True.
What's down there?
You don't want to know.
My riches. So
So
Sheena Shea's there.
Yeah. Lisa checks in with James, who reveals that he is drinking again. And he was sober for 2 years. And then he goes, it was a new fucking year. It was 2022. Let James Kennedy live. And so he's just like off the wagon.
And Lisa goes, are you drinking again? I heard you're not sober. And he's like, yeah, I'm having a few drinks here and there. And she goes, well, as long as you're in control of it, because that was exhausting.
Incredible. I love her drawing the hard line in the sand and being like, I'm so concerned about him. I cannot employ him if he's going to kill himself with alcohol. And then being like, well, come on back. Are you drinking again? Well, I hope you can control it, darling. We have a show to produce.
I'm worried about him.
I'm a little worried, but he's looking really hot to me.
Yeah, he looks hot.
He's like kind of jacked.
Yeah, he's something.
There's something happening. He's on fire.
He's on fire, doll. He's got Allie, who he loves, and he wants her. He's like, I wake up with her ass in my face every morning.
He goes, I love it. He's like putting blush on, like powdering his nose. I was like, this man is a star.
He is a star.
Say what you will.
He's a star.
Fucking rock star. Fucking old sardine Schwartz shows up. He literally looks like do you know that there's a SpongeBob character that just is like a fish wearing a hat?
Yeah.
That's like who
he
Schwartz
does.
is.
Oh my God, yeah.
He's just like a sardine in a hat.
My favorite SpongeBob character is the driving teacher, who's like a big whale.
So Schwartz shows up and is with the girlies, and they're like, LaLa didn't want to come because you're here and you gave it all up to play pickleball with Rand. And then they're like, he's like, I just don't understand. Like, what's the big deal? And then Katie's like, did you read the LA Times article? And he's like, yeah, but like, whoa. And then she's like, well, that was fucked up. And it's fucked up that you played pickleball with him. He goes, you can't Captain Hindsight me. And I was just like, fuck you.
Captain Hindsight?
This is why you're getting divorced. And then I love Sheena pitching. She goes, well, that's a problem. You knew and you did it anyway. So what? And I was like, Sheena on the beat.
Sheena on the beat.
She goes, even like what? Like you can play pickleball with whoever. It's not like Rand owns pickleball. And she goes, even if he did own pickleball, they'd probably be suing him. And I was like, my queen is back.
Queen of Marina Del Rey.
Queen of zingers.
Yeah.
Sheena can't get one past her.
She's great.
She's on the beat 24/7.
She better not be like kept away this season.
I need all the Sheena.
That's my one fear, is that she's not going to be in it that much.
I think she'll be in it. She's getting married.
No,
again.
I know. Maybe she's setting up.
But they were really conspicuously light on the Sheena, and I did not appreciate that from someone who's. This show was built on her back.
She's woman carrying faggots.
She is. Peter tells James bro to bro.
I took out Raquel the other night.
And we're going to go out again. And James like laughs in his face.
Well, one, you're not going to go out again. And two,
it's
he
like,
doesn't
okay.
care.
Yeah, he does not care.
James I think he's a love addict.
James says all Peter does is manage Sir and bang chicks. And I was like, that's a great life for him. He's carved out a wonderful existence for himself.
All he does is manage Sir and like have a good life.
He goes up to chicks. He goes, yeah, manage Sir, what? And then just bangs them over and over. What? And I was like, damn, Peter's cleaning up. Peter's
cleaning up pussy.
Destroying poon.
Via Robertson.
The worst restaurant in all of Los Angeles. I cannot stress enough.
Guys, you have no idea.
Stress enough how bad this restaurant is. And the manager of this restaurant
is slaying the game.
Literally dripping with pussy juice because he cannot stop fucking girls.
I kid you not, like we're not being hyperbolic. Like it is maybe, if not Los Angeles, the world.
I would argue like the entire West Coast
has better restaurants than Sir.
Yeah. It's terrible. I would eat in like a gas station.
Oh yeah, same.
Like gladly.
Gladly. I'd lick the floor.
Raquel goes up to James and corners him by the gender neutral restroom, and
you know it's smelly in there. There's some toilet paper.
One thing that's consistent about the fucking Vanderpump establishment brand is that they will never have a clean restroom on site. They will never have. I have never walked into any restroom in Pump, Sir, Tom Tom, or Schwartz and Sandy's and said, wow, this looks like a clean, delightful place to piss. Never one time. Oh my God. At Schwartz and Sandy's, there was a literal, or it's somewhere I went, I took a picture of it. It was one of those restaurants. It might've been Tom Tom. There was, instead of like the porcelain top of a toilet, just a slab of wood, like a 2x4.
No.
Like the top of the toilet break. They just like.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Carrie, I'm telling you.
Like a makeshift, like a medieval.
Like imagine.
Like a medieval outhouse.
Also, imagine just being like a Japanese person growing up and like having the most beautiful toilet experiences. Yeah. You would not survive.
Schwartz and Sandy.
No, you wouldn't survive any of those restaurants.
So when are we going?
No, we have to go.
Yeah.
They have a lobster corn dog that is kind of good that I would have again. But my friend that I was eating with, she would ask the waitress, this is the level that they're operating at. She was like, so I'm pescatarian. Like, we're interested in this lobster corn dog. It says on the menu, it's like lobster sausage in a corn, like corn dog. And she goes, but it says lobster sausage. So like, is the casing like a meat product or like, and the waitress didn't know like what a sausage casing was. And I was like, oh, we'll take 2.
Wait, we get a cameo from Logan.
Yeah, shout out Logan.
Shout out to King Logan.
Finally a speaking role on the show.
Yeah, he needs to be it's about time.
Promote his ass. Raquel goes up to James and she's like pretty much like tipsy.
Yeah, she took a lemon drop.
Are you tipsy? Are you tipsy right now? And she goes, yeah, kind of. Are you? And he was like, no, I'm not tipsy. Like, I'm like, I drink, but I don't drink all the time. Like, I love my wine. Like, I love wine with a little cheese. Like, that's what I love to do is like drink wine, have cheese. And she goes, with your girlfriend, Allie. He goes, yeah. She goes, my life.
She goes, I know you're drinking again. It's okay. Just be careful. And then he's like, love my life. And she goes, the love of your life? Wow.
She goes, that's what you said about me too.
He goes, things changed, Dole.
And she goes, this made me sad, and where I was like, Raquel has a lot of healing to do, where she goes, he replaced me in 3 weeks. Companies take longer than 3 weeks to replace their secretaries.
She's
and I was
right.
like, she thinks of herself as a secretary.
Yeah. He did ask her to marry him. Like it's a little like there's something
demented.
He's like replaced alcohol with like
Love.
Allie.
Alcohol.
He needs slaw.
Yeah, he needs a lot of.
He needs a lot of help.
Sheena and Raquel. Wait, also James is like laughing in Raquel's face, and he goes, "Are you okay?" And I was traumatized by that. She goes, "No," and then he goes, "I'm gonna go to the restroom. Thanks for the great night," and like shuts the door in her face. And she goes.
She does say that Allie looks a lot like James's mom, which I was like, ooh, that was a burn.
It was a burn, but she also kind of doesn't. James literally dated his own mother when he dated Kristen Doty.
Yeah.
That was like the closest he'll ever get to his chaotic mother.
She robbed a bank.
She stole Kristen's credit card and got Botox with it.
Amazing.
That's clean shit.
It is.
Sheena and Raquel go to Shape House, one of my least favorite places in all of Los Angeles.
I've done it like 3 times.
It's a true lay in your own soup kind of vibe.
Stinky.
It's a stinky sweat stew that you cook up.
Raquel,
you lay and marinate in your own body juices. It's sick.
Raquel goes, she sits down and it's basically, they seat you in, I think we talked about this, but they sit you in a bed and then they put you in like a very heavy sleeping bag and you just sweat for an hour. And she goes, "Oh, I feel like I'm in a hospital bed."
Oh, fuck. I realized that
Dole.
my levels were all off, Dole.
And Sheena goes,
and I remember Sheena and Raquel talking in their sauna blankets are you and me potting.
It's true.
They really are.
We should pod from Shape House.
I'd rather die.
All right.
I don't know. I can never. I would rather pod from like an infrared sauna.
Okay.
I can't lay horizontal wrapped like a little sweat burrito.
But imagine the things we would say like while in sweat deliria.
I can't also like if my head sticking out and my body is just constricted, it's like true chouse for me. He's right here. Okay.
Chouse.
James and LaLa gather at LaLa's new office where I podcasted from, and they reminisce on
times past.
their past hookup.
Their hookup, their love. I'm glad they're back together as friends.
I want them to be together though.
They can't. It's too explosive.
I really think if James
Lars,
healed,
they can't do it. It's too much. LaLa has a kid.
I know.
She needs to protect her child and her spirit.
I know. She can't put Ocean through that.
And she's sober.
I'm just saying if James truly got sober and did the 12 steps or got into therapy and just like really healed and was operating at his best self, I could see them ending up together one day.
I think they're like too star-crossed.
They are. They're two ships passing in the night.
Yeah,
it was
they
the
had their
wrong
moment.
place, wrong time, wrong circumstance.
There'd be a lot of headbutting, I think.
You know what that quote was from that I just said?
Say it again.
Wrong place, wrong time, wrong circumstance.
Oh, I know.
From a cursed movie called Ticket to Paradise.
Oh, I didn't see it. Did
Really?
you watch it on the plane?
It's a true plane movie in
Such a
every
plane
sense of the
movie.
word. But I'm also...
People coming for me for that, too.
What?
I wonder how many times Carrie's going to say this is a plane movie.
So Carrie has a lot of flying to do.
You have a lot of opinions.
Guess what? You are going to fly.
I am.
We're flying all over.
Was it horrible?
It was like the Sir of movies.
Ooh.
It made absolutely no sense. It made me feel stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no character development.
Well, that's a given.
Yeah, but there's like no rhyme or reason to anything. It was like people just like I'm so unclear on how this movie even got made and then this was the end result. There's not even one lull in it.
Yeah.
Julia and George do have their chemistry is insane. And you know it's true because they are given nothing to work with and yet you're still compelled by them, which just speaks to their star power. But I'm like, what is going on? And didn't that movie make like bank?
I don't know.
It truly
80
was
for
a
Brady's
movie.
killing it.
Thank God.
80 for Brady is the #1 movie in America.
As it should be. That makes me feel like all is right in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Ticket to Paradise is truly a movie for brain damaged people.
So
this is like
so maybe I would
collective.
like it.
You might like it on a plane when you're a little bit oxygen deprived.
Yeah, when I'm like entering
it's a perfect
hypoxia.
plane movie, but it also will make you question everything.
Well, I'm gonna watch it.
I can't wait for you to watch it and be as stupefied as I was.
You know what I had an epiphany about?
What?
HBO Max, like the interface is like it's giving like United Airlines entertainment interface.
It's really difficult.
It's like, yeah.
And it also, if you have Apple TV, it like won't let you exit.
No, they don't want you.
It takes you 500 pushes of the menu button to get back to the main menu.
They want to fuck you over and not. They want you to exit out of HBO Max.
They literally never want you to leave their portal of sin.
They only want you to watch Apple TV.
They only want you to watch HBO Max.
Oh. I thought my theory is that they make it glitchy so that like you just are and you just exit out of HBO Max.
It takes so long. Sometimes
know.
I just stay because I'm like, I haven't figured this out. I guess I'll just try and bop around and see what else there is to watch. Also, I feel really shaken down and gaslit by the fact that like HBO Max is different than HBO originals.
Yeah.
And you're trying to tell me they're the same, and I know they're not the same.
Yeah.
And they don't feel the same.
No.
The quality isn't the same.
Wait, speaking of HBO, Carey and Aiden. Did you see the
What's going on?
photos?
Oh, I saw.
Yeah.
What's happening? I need to
think
get the scoop.
They're teasing up just like that season 2.
I love
Carey and Aiden schmutzing on Fifth
Carey
Avenue.
Bradshaw. Literally, the creativity of this writer's room
Knows no bounds.
knows no bounds with being like, well, if Big dies, there's only one person in the entire universe that this woman could get back with, and that's Aiden.
It's kind of giving VPR cast can only date within.
Yeah.
Carey can only date 3 men.
Truly, that's it.
Yeah.
What happened to that hot teacher?
Yeah, what about him? Or the podcast guy?
Well, they're all like poor, I think.
Aiden's rich.
Aiden must be rich. He's like buying like big old carpets in Turkey or wherever they were. Marrakesh. United
Morocco.
Emirates.
Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi, that's where. Sorry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like a hot furniture designer.
He's like the sort of
He's
baron.
a Nepo baby, maybe.
No, I think he's just like a furniture baron. He like owns like West Elm.
And that bar
Yeah.
that Steve works at or something. They own the bar together.
But
So
I'm sure,
Aiden must be in Steve's life.
oh God.
What's going to happen to Steve? Is he
They better not-
institutionalized yet?
I can't talk about it. So, James and LaLa reminisce.
And
LaLa's like, I've got a kid. I've got to provide.
yeah. Schwartz and Sandy go for a business lunch at the Belmont, which is peak straight hell
I know.
location to me.
Mm-hmm.
Schwartz says the reason he hung out with Rand, he needed to play pickleball.
He
Said it had been 7 months.
Pickleball is code for jerking off in a creek.
Sandoval's also wearing a full face of makeup.
I know, but
and it looks good.
Yeah.
I was like, his contour is good. What's this lip color?
He's amazing.
wearing? He's an amazing man.
He's an amazing. He is like
He's been doing like genderqueer
Yeah.
shit for years.
that little clockwork orange eyelash thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, he's rad.
He's a cool dude.
Mhm.
And although so unbelievably hot,
It's crazy.
it's actually insane.
It's hard.
James says he's having a show. He goes, I'm DJing a set at Hotel Ziggy. And I was like, great, a hotel I've never heard of. You know it's going to be awesome. And he invites everyone to come for his set. And they get to Hotel Ziggy.
It's on
And
Sunset Boulevard.
I was like, there's nothing like a hotel with like AC units sticking out of the wall.
know. It's like a shitty little like.
It's like an old apartment building.
It's giving AC hotel in Boston.
Even that was nicer.
Yeah, that was nicer.
That was a Bonvoy property.
And there's a pool in the middle.
I'm traumatized by the Hotel Ziggy.
I'm traumatized by other Logan being there.
Me too.
Other Logan is truly scares the shit out of me.
He's a gay ghoul.
He is so scary to me, and I feel like he freaks me out.
Bound for destruction only.
And of course he's there when James...
He's there, yeah. I wish that they would get into their past hookups. Remember that era when...
Yeah.
Like, I'll never forget.
Yeah, it was just happening in plain sight.
Imagine being a guest at Hotel Ziggy.
Looking out.
Like checking in and then going into your room and being like, now I'm going to turn on this AC unit that'll loudly rumble and blast into my hotel room.
I would be afraid that it's going to fall on me while enjoying myself by the pool.
That hotel makes me want to die.
Imagine if, yeah. So James he's about to beats and Allie's there. And
Allie's gorgeous.
She is, but she's like really young.
It's like the same thing as Raquel, where he dates like these girls that are like freshly 18.
Yeah.
They don't understand the world yet.
LaLa says he's really into women with thin lips. She was including me before I got lip filler.
But I thought Allie's lips looked full. And even LaLa was like...
I think LaLa's idea of thin lips are like normal.
Yeah. Katie is so serene now. Her energy is really good.
I think she's taking a lot of edibles.
Mm-hmm.
She said she's fucked 2 guys and made out with 3 other guys.
I love her sexual revolution.
Me too.
Peter corners Raquel at the bar. Raquel's also... Her look... She's gone full mod. She is truly a hair flip. Yeah. She's Austin Powers.
She is. And I'm like, why are you here? I mean, I know she's filming, but I'm like, why are you
Raquel's
here?
being sex trafficked. First, I believe that Lisa's holding onto her passport.
Allegedly.
And forcing her to work at Sir. And then she's like, you will fuck Peter. You will fuck Schwartz.
You will make an appearance tonight at the Hotel Ziggy on Sunset.
Do you understand?
Where is that on the Sunset? Is it on the Strip?
I never want to know.
It's on the Sunset Boulevard.
It's like the Moment Hotel. Remember that hotel?
Do I live kind of near that.
The Moment Hotel. They love a cursed Sunset Boulevard.
I've got a residency here at the Hotel Ziggy 3 nights a week.
I'm spinning tonight at Hotel Ziggy. Yeah. AC units in the wall, mate.
Come on down.
Everywhere is a pillow that says Hotel Ziggy.
Yeah. At first, I thought it was Hotel Jiggy. I was like, oh, wow,
That's
Lisa's
cool.
enterprising.
That would be a cool entrepreneurial nightlife move.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, we've opened up a new spot. A great hotel, Hotel Jiggy.
Consider it a bed and breakfast.
Peter corners Raquel.
She's like,
and he goes, we're going to have fun tonight. And she goes, so much fun. And I was like, Raquel, you can say no.
Blink.
Say no to this man. LaLa meets like a hot guy in a baseball hat.
Yeah. And he's like, we're going to fuck tonight.
And she was like, basically.
But I have a kid. And
he's like, we'll be quiet.
Logan introduced her also to these like really creepy people.
Yeah. There were some creeps at the Ziggy.
He's like, this is my friend. This is LaLa. These are my friends.
I was creeped out by the gang.
Mm-hmm.
All the people that come out of the woodwork to a DJ JK set at Hotel Ziggy are true.
They're
crawled
the
out of the earth.
Hollywood.
They're the dregs. I love this show too because they will go to places I would never even understand, or like places that could be right in front of me, yet I don't see them.
Horror in plain sight.
Mm-hmm. Raquel is a timekeeper with her look.
She is, and she and Allie talk.
She just kind of talk to you for 1 second, and they chat about James.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point, Allie goes, I feel like you and I like low key switched lives.
I'm like, that's...
And you see Raquel's face, and she, in her mind, is thinking, did we switch lives?
Yeah, she's like, is this girl like a warlock? But also, that was a shitty thing to say.
I know.
I was like, Allie, I see
Allie,
through you.
Come on.
You're a
I
wolf
was like,
in sheep's clothing.
When they were talking, I wrote, this is feminism. I
feel like I took your place and replaced you.
She was, I wouldn't be here today if you and James hadn't been through what you'd been through. And Raquel's like,
I know. I was like one blow after the other.
Raquel, you're causing her to power down.
That was literally not one but two like devastating insults.
I know. And then on top of that, some blurred face demon comes out of the woodwork, hot body though.
Yeah.
And he goes, do you guys want some shots or something? And they're like, no, why? And he goes, 'cause you're sitting on my fucking couch. And Raquel goes, you're interrupting. And he goes, get out of here. Imagine he checked into, he's like a hotel guest.
Yeah, he's like, I reserved this.
He like, didn't sign up for this life.
No, that was.
And he's staying at the Ziggy.
That was like painful.
Also, I'm like, joke's on you, sir. You paid to stay here.
Yeah, leave them alone.
You just went for a swim.
Yeah,
and you're like going back. And he goes, Raquel goes, I'm way too tall for you, anyways. And I was like, Rock, you gotta like, save her.
Yeah, Raquel.
Schwartz and LaLa
have it out.
And LaLa goes, from my point of view, you're weak. He goes, you're weak.
You're weak. I was like, oh, is that it?
It's a classic thing a weak person would say.
Classic.
She owns his ass.
She fucking owns his ass. Sober, clear-headed, on the road to happy destiny.
Mm-hmm. He goes, you just like at the point, my lowest point in life, my wife and I aren't going to grow old together. We're never going to have kids. I'm coming to terms with that. And you're so disrespectful to me on text. Like, how could you say those things?
He goes, you're a wannabe housewife. Fuck you for that.
Your days are numbered.
I love that. You're weak from my point of view.
She goes, this is the year of burning bridges. And I'm okay with that. Burn, baby, burn.
Burn.
And then it cuts to Raquel, who's literally in a fugue state. She's staring into the distance at nothing.
It would be kind of a beautiful thing if she just kind of walked into the pool and in her clothes and just like sat in the middle of it, stood in the middle and just kind of put her head like water level and no one really noticed.
She could do that.
Yeah.
Raquel is literally being trafficked.
Yeah.
By Lisa, by producers.
By Peter.
And she's just I'm like, save her.
We have to save Raquel.
Justice for Raquel.
Justice for Raquel. Viva la Rock. Viva la LaLa.
Raquel, pull yourself together, girl.
Come out
Quit,
of the feud.
Sir. You do not have to work at Sir.
No.
You do not have to fuck Peter.
No.
You certainly do not have to fuck Schwartz.
And you don't have to go to events at the Hotel Ziggy to see your ex-fiancé.
You don't ever have to talk to that guy again.
Maybe get out of LA.
She needs a summit. She needs to take Tashina's roof and lay some ground rules.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, though, I love James throwing a drink in Schwartz's face later this season.
I know. I'm ready. Schwartz deserves that.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And this is looking promising.
I'm excited to be on this journey.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
I always feel like you're like the historian on this show, so I always feel a little like intimidated.
Well, doll.
Like I'm far from the shallows now.
I know, you just got to note up. This is the big leagues now.
Baby, I'm in it.
This is what we built.
I think
this
I hung
city.
in there.
Yeah, we built this city on fucking Vanderpump Rules, on these fucking R slurs backs.
Get ready, everyone.
Get ready.
And guys, you can follow us at TikTok.
Follow us on TikTok. Subscribe to the YouTube.
We've got
There's full-length videos.
Mm-hmm.
Subscribe to the Patreon.
$5
videos,
a month.
$6 a month.
$6 a month. Great community, great discourse.
Incredible community. There's videos, there's audio, there's bonus episodes. There's literally over 200 bonus episodes on Patreon.
Get on there now. It's worth it.
It's worth it.
It's worth it. Okay. Glad you're back, Lars.
Glad to be back.
Dole.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.